All right, so we are
Action.
doing Darth, and my brand Relic, doing a short little talk, saying hello to everybody. You guys can check them out on Twitch. They're awesome
My
individuals. They're
Hi.
just razzy people and cool people to hang out with. And we're doing our first ever trying to do a podcast slash talking video. So the first one we're going to be doing is what foods, we picked two a piece, which foods do we not believe should be on the pyramid food table?
Well, my first one was hot dogs.
And why?
Why? Because first of all, there's this huge debate on if it's a sandwich or not. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Okay. Can I argue this point then?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I mean, unless Darth has something. What do you have, Darth? What do you have? I mean, you're going.
I mean, okay. I kind of agree with Barb on this one in a sense. Like when it comes to hot dogs, it's it's the stuff that goes into them, at least in my opinion.
Oh no.
Uh, mm-mm.
Now,
Like
you
I only eat beef hot dogs because of that. Partially, even though it's like I rather.
a steak,
Is
a
this safe
steak
to is
taco
this safe to
is
say
great.
some like is this 18 plus or is this
No,
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
okay? As my boyfriend likes to say, it's all assholes and lips. So
I mean, it is. It's the butt ends of everything, and you know.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Is my whole reasoning beyond the whole is a hot dog a sandwich thing is
Is it really a product?
is it really a product? It's like
Yeah.
it it's made up of so many other things. Can it fit? Is it
yeah,
technically meat? Can it technically be put on that part of the pyramid?
Right. I mean,
It's the same thing with bologna, and I love bologna. My favorite thing
ugh.
on earth.
Oh.
I love bologna. My favorite thing on earth is a
Medi-
bologna and cheese
mechanically
sandwich.
separated meat. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my favorite thing on earth is a bologna and cheese sandwich. But
Well,
I don't think that. Do I think that it belongs on the pyramid of like what's the healthiest things to eat?
no.
Fuck no.
It's the bottom. It's the bottom of the entire list.
Bottom tier.
It should
Bottom
be
tier.
for me.
Sorry, baby.
Before we even talk about the food itself, I'm gonna make this very clear how or I stand if hot dog is really a sandwich or not. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
hot dogs and tacos are the same thing. Okay, a sandwich is two layers. You have top and the bottom. Okay, that's a sandwich. It's
Oh, I get what you're saying.
okay. Hot dogs is in one bun. Or 80% of your hot dogs are in one bun. Tortillas
Okay.
are one wrap bun.
Ooh, what about a sub?
Yeah,
That's a
good
sandwich.
thing.
A sub's a sandwich.
Okay, but if a sub is a sandwich, why is a hot? Like if a meatball sub is a sandwich, why is a hot dog?
There is still a top crust and a bottom crust on a sub. If you look at it, they cut it in the middle.
So it's a hot dog though.
It depends on what kind of bread you use. What kind of bread are you using? Are you using your actual like bread loaf like I do? I use a loaf of bread and I just like one slice of bread and I put the hot dog on it. It's cheaper than buying your hot dog buns, which a bun in a sense is still a half of a
Okay.
sandwich.
But even then, like if I go to Subway, right, and I order a meatball sub,
Yep.
it's still connected. It's still one piece of bread.
You don't disconnect it? You don't. Why
What?
not?
There's no way because if you disconnect it, all the sauce spills everywhere.
That's the fun part. I want the mess. I want to be able to.
Experience.
I want to eat my fingers when I'm done, bruh.
I mean, I guess that's fair. That's fair.
I mean, a good taco is one that's messy. You gotta have like a nice open faced taco, like a burrito, and just let it squirt all over your face, and you're good.
You know, what the best thing about tacos though is you can have a tortilla underneath you while you eat, so all the stuff that falls out falls into the next taco.
That's why you have a dog.
I mean,
I mean, I ain't wrong.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, so hot dog is yours, and I agree with you. Hot dogs or bologna should not be on the pyramid whatsoever, because it's just products. It's nothing. It's just stuff that should not belong in your food diet anywhere.
I understand why they do it though, because they don't want to. They're like the whole thing
You
about
don't want to be
animal waste.
wasteful.
Exactly. So I totally understand that.
Ugh.
And but it's honestly it's not the healthiest thing for us to eat. I totally get it. But it's just like if you're able to eat something better. I mean, I'm even though I'm not the biggest fan of like sausage in general, I rather eat sausage because that at least has like actual meat and spices
Exactly.
and like
I can spice up some bologna for it. Don't get me wrong.
oh man.
All right, so
Oh man.
Darth, what was the one you had in your list?
Oh jeez.
That
I'm
you-
gonna go with the I guess more controversial one. Tomatoes.
Tomatoes. So you, because your thing is it really a food in a sense, but it's actually is
Okay.
a.
Tomatoes are more of
I'll
a
go all Puerto Rican. It's tomatoes. That's tomato. It's
the
tomato.
tomatoes. Yeah, the tomatoes are just like they're more of an accent or something that you use to make things. They should not be eaten by themselves.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's disgusting.
My
That's
only
just my
thing
opinion,
is,
though. I just don't
I,
like tomatoes.
I could eat a tomato like an apple. I love tomatoes.
Also, everybody always gets confused with them.
Oh,
As like you had
and
been saying
cherry
before,
tomatoes.
are they a vegetable? Are they a fruit? They are a fruit, but ugh,
They are a fruit.
they don't
Yes.
taste like one.
But like cherry
They do
tomatoes.
not taste like one.
Uh, the thing is, with a tomato, the reason why a tomato is also considered a vegetable is because of its
Savory?
yeah, the savoriness of it, the juiciness of it. A lot of your
Okay.
fruits are also juicy, but the thing is,
Mhm.
tomato has a more of a bland, not so sweet of a flavor. Unless you get the small cherry tomatoes or tomatoes. If you get a small cherry tomato, I don't mind it being in my salads.
Mm-hmm.
But I do not. I mean, I agree with you that it should not belong in the food pyramid. It should be in its own category, such as bologna and hot dogs. Okay, but I do enjoy a pico de gallo. I do enjoy
Pico de gallo is good.
a good chili with tomatoes in it. You know,
Salsa.
salsa,
It's all tomato.
spaghetti sauce. I mean, you can't have a good lasagna without having spaghetti sauce. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
so I mean,
Exactly.
tomato is it's like hot dogs. They're a good filler for certain things, but it should not be a main food to be put in your library of like I must have it in my food library.
Yeah, it's I know it depends on everybody, but oh my gosh. Just for me and myself, tomatoes are just an accent for things. They're not a food.
They're not a food.
Not one that I enjoy anyway.
My brain's just sitting there going, "You guys just
You just
test
like
everything."
This is a really weird topic for me because I'll eat almost anything.
See, that's why when you and Darth finally decided to show up to my stream in person, where you trying all these weird foods and see what actually happens.
oh my goodness. I saw that you had what was it? What was it? The dried squid not too long
The
ago?
dried squid with cricket and larva. Yeah.
What did you think about the dried squid though? Like just by itself?
I picked up the wrong bag.
Hey man.
when
You
I
picked up the wrong
was
bag?
when I was a young
Come
lad,
on.
I used to eat the dried squid with no problem because it was teriyaki flavored. The stuff I got was actually seasoned with like a seaweed and seafood flavoring,
Mhm.
and it tasted straight up from the butt of a squid. Like it was disgusting. And so I'm chewing on it, and all I taste is like seafood, like raw seafood,
I
raw.
love that though.
It's
He loves that.
gross. It's gross, and so I'm like, next time I'm gonna try to find the one that's not so much. I think my taste buds are also changing a lot. Now that I'm getting older, my taste buds are changing. Like I used to hate asparagus, and now I love asparagus.
Asparagus is good.
It is. You butter it up with some garlic cloves and some onion. You put them on some buttered bread and eat that. Oh my gosh!
Not even see for me. How I grew up was just like, here's what's for dinner. Either eat it or don't eat it at all.
Or maybe.
So I
That makes sense.
I starve so much.
I am not a picky eater whatsoever. I'll go, yeah, fuck, I'll eat that.
The one thing that I will not eat is like haggis, though.
Oh, the sheep's
I will
stomach.
I will eat that till the end of time.
Have you had it before?
Yes.
I should have had. I should have had that on my list.
It has like mincemeat and stuff in there, right? And
Yeah.
I can't remember.
It's literally a lamb stomach filled with
I'm
beef.
gonna steal this
Yeah.
one. Instead of me using s'mores, I'm gonna do haggis. You know, I'm gonna steal that haggis. Haggis should not be on the pyramid table because
So good.
the food pyramid table. Because the thing is, haggis is like a byproduct again of like hot dogs and bologna is basically the same as haggis. It's the exact same thing. You're taking the extra excess of what a lamb has in it, and you're putting it into a freaking. It's a lie of a brat. I love brats, but you make it into a lie, and you make it into a freaking. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of understand it.
The
It
smell.
does sound very.
The
it does
smell
sound
is
very-
disgusting.
It's so
You so
good.
you've been around haggis before?
100%.
Say both of us have.
I haven't. I haven't.
There's a place in Michigan. Go to Lansing, the capital. There's an Irish pub we went to. We were going to a Christian thing. We're going to when I was like 25, I think it was. So it's been a while back, but we went to this Irish pub, and it was amazing. It was great people. I mean, the best people in the world are Irish because they know how to party, but they're very generous when they party. They're very friendly.
Aw.
They'll guard you with their life. They're pretty cool. That's why they're good cops. But the thing is their food ideas like blood pudding, black pudding, blood bread or whatever it's called, haggis, and so they're like, we want to give you the best of the Irish lads can give you, and I'm like, okay, so this literally barmaid comes up and she's like, I'll take an order for you now, and I'm like, that's just pretty nice, and she comes up, drops this platter in front of us, and all these Irish guys are sitting at the bar looking at it. It's like, are they gonna eat it, laddie? I don't know. And I'm like,
it's so good if you like
oh.
savory things.
The only thing I couldn't eat was
Try it.
the only thing I couldn't eat was a haggis because it was just so gross. I mean,
I would try it.
she cut open fresh. You'll love this laddie. She opens it up and just a smell, and I'm like, nope.
No, it smell the smell of haggis smells like
Dead dog.
no, it smells like the smell of a hamburger put on a grill.
It depends on the person, I guess.
It smells savory.
This Spanish man does not agree with that at all. I have a very sensitive nose, I guess, because I smelled everything in that stomach. That was gross.
I mean, I feel the same way. I feel like that, like, really, really spicy things argue with me. I get it if you guys don't like the really savory stuff.
I would at least try it. I would at least try it. I've tried durian in the past and things like
Okay,
that.
durian is not.
That
All right.
I did not like durian.
If you like durian, you'll hate haggis.
Oh boy.
I'm just saying, whatever
Oh,
the
boy.
sheep has had in his track, okay,
It's all
You're
it's all
eating-
grass.
With a pig, it's the same thing with a pig. If you take a pig, what a sausage is, it's a pig
It's the-
intestine.
Yeah, it's the
stuffed with meat.
casing, yeah.
but they have more flavor in there, my dude. It's more flavor.
What's the
And
difference between
poop.
a sheep and a pig? What's the difference?
Because sheep, you should enjoy the steak, not enjoy the insides.
You have to eat the whole thing.
No, you
That's-
don't. No, you don't.
So, that's disrespectful to the animal. It's disrespectful to the environment, and it's disrespectful to the planet if you don't
somebody
respect the whole animal.
if somebody wants to eat it, let them eat it. But I don't.
Let the
yeah.
Irish eat their own.
Oh jeez.
Eat their own lambs and their sheep. Way we'll eat our non-haggis foods.
Yeah.
Even the word haggis sounds just gross. I'm just saying.
What do you think, Nico? Would you eat haggis?
And she
Yes.
just purrs.
Yeah, he has no comment.
Here's a comment. All right, so Barbarian, your next one on the list you had was insects.
Yes.
What kind of insects are you talking about? Like any of them, or?
I feel like, unfortunately, as time goes on, like if there was a nuclear apocalypse right now, we probably wouldn't be able to have cows. So we
True.
would be forced to eat other things.
Mm-hmm.
And at least from my experience, they don't taste bad.
You don't.
And it is very, I guess in the best way I can say, is healthy for you. It has a lot, insects have a lot of nutrients and stuff.
Protein.
But and on the actual pyramid itself, where it says like meat, grains,
Proteins or whatever.
proteins, it insects just do not fit in the food pyramid, and that's what the topic is about. And that is the direct correlation. It's just like, hey, this is what we might be forced to eat someday, and all that it reminds me of. Oh yeah, there's a lot of bugs in the foods that we eat now, like rice. That's why they tell you to wash your rice, because there's maggots in your rice.
And Darth is like, what?
I just ate rice today. What the fuck?
Yeah, and on top
No, but I do rinse my rice all the time.
I don't.
on top of that,
I love larva.
Is there's a movie called Demolition Man.
Yep.
And
Oh, I've heard of that.
and there's this scene where they go underground, which is like an entire underground civilization. And after many, many years, this guy wakes up after being frozen in ice. And being in the society that was above ground that doesn't eat meat, they're like all about like vegetarian. They all live off the land. And he goes underground. He's like, finally, I can get a good burger. And he's like, yeah, I'll have a cheeseburger. And he takes a bite out of it. And the guy next to him is like, hey, you should spit that out. And the dude's like, why? Why should I spit this out? He says, do you see any cows around? And they're like in an underground sewer civilization. He's like, yeah, that's a rat burger. And he goes, well, you know what? Tastes fine to me.
See, my thing is, I'm gonna kind of agree with you on the whole insect thing, but I mean, here's one thing that it's like, I'm gonna go back to, I mean, the
nutritional value.
The Bible times, John the Baptist did locusts. That was his meal, locusts and honey. So there's gotta be some kind of nutrition value that is important for someone who is living off the land in a sense.
Yes. If someone is living off the land, there is definitely nutritional value in bugs.
I'm just saying, there's tarantulas. There's tarantula, people eat tarantulas in like Vietnam and stuff. I mean,
oh yeah,
yeah. I was gonna say
it's a huge staple.
It's a huge thing.
Right, it's a huge staple in the third world parties. You know, third world countries is a huge staple of having like bugs, because bugs are so large in their area, and as most of their main protein.
And like you did recently with the
crickets and larvae.
Crickets.
Yeah.
I've had those crickets before. I know they don't taste bad. They taste like sunflower seeds.
I've heard that they taste like nuts, like almonds, peanuts, like you said, sunflower seeds. I do want to try them. I would try ants or crickets. I don't know about larvae, but I would try different things.
I've actually had an ant burger before.
Really?
It was completely made. The burger itself was completely made out of ants, and it was actually I couldn't tell the difference at all.
Huh. Must be the seasoning they add to it then.
Oh yeah, that and like, you know, the liquid smoke and all that stuff with all the ingredients that we have. It's like we can go entirely green with the things that
like Darth background.
Well, that's because she has her green screen behind her that's not active at the moment.
Okay, well, so now we're on insects right now, though. Darth, your next food, you said they should not be on the list.
It kind of transitions, yeah. Honestly,
snail.
snails. So, I mean, I understand the need for them in certain cultures and things like that, just the same as bugs, or insects, or even like frogs.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Ooh, God bless you. God bless you.
Bless you again.
Uh,
I'm waiting for his
just,
beard to flare up. He's gonna roll it back up.
just snails. I don't
Escargot.
feel.
My counter argument to snails is
Mhm.
clams and oysters.
Ew.
Well, I
No.
don't tend to eat those either.
You guys are crazy. I feel like if clams and oysters taste good, snails probably taste fine.
I would try snail. I just don't think it has a place on the pyramid.
Oh
But
yeah, I agree that I don't feel like it
But
has a place in the food pyramid.
No.
honestly, I don't have a problem with it. I would at least try it. I've heard that they taste like whatever you put on it. So
Well, that's just the thing,
Like
right?
tons
I
of
would try
garlic.
it. Yeah,
If
tons and tons of butter and garlic.
Butter and garlic. I love it.
Butter and garlic.
if oysters and clams are just an animal in a shell, and then you eat the
Mhm.
inside, and the inside of that animal tastes good, why
Yeah.
would a snail taste any different? The only difference is one lives in the ocean and one doesn't.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's true. That's true.
Interesting.
That's just not my. I don't know. Okay, I haven't had a lot of like oysters or clams or things like that. Like this year was the first time, or this last year was the first time I had clams and clam chowder.
Clam chowder's good.
Took me a while to get used to it. Not gonna lie, but it's not bad. It's just it's very
It's
different
an
for me.
acquired taste.
And then I had it was a while ago, but they're called Oysters Rockefeller.
Oh, they're so
I
good.
had that. Wasn't a fan of it.
Hmm.
I really wasn't. Um, but that doesn't mean that I wouldn't try it again
Right.
or anything like that. Same thing with the snails. Like honestly, I would give it a try. I
Right.
am 100% uh willing to try almost anything at least once to see if I like it. So, it's not off the table for me, but it's just like
I need a pee break. I'll be right back. You
All
guys
right.
talk about snails.
Well, actually, we're going to do a quick break, guys, and we'll be back with part 2.